Maryana from Fuquay Varina. This is See More Better from freeprescriptionlenses.com, and today I'm going to show you as I cut your Crizal Sapphire lenses for your RayBan 7031 color 5400 in the 53 eye size, color 5400. Dear to my heart because it is a blue color. Of course, you got the RayBan hard shell case with the RayBan cleaning cloth. This is the light ray, and of course it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it's being shipped from overseas, and of course I'm going to include that on there where I ship to you. This is a light ray frame, very lightweight frame, very comfortable, awesome frame to wear. It's going to wear very well. I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, one of which says RayBan, the other one says light ray. Let me pop these out and put it into the tracing element of my blocker. Go in there, and hit start. Little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Maryana, you know you need prescription. And you upgraded to the Crizal Sapphire, the clearest and the nicest of all the Crizal Sapphire coatings. And I do thank you for your patience. Currently it takes 2 weeks for a Crizal Sapphire to be applied because it is so new. There's very few machines applying it, so that's why there is a backlog. And we bring that forward. This is the shape we will be cutting tonight, only magnified. If I minify it, now again, this is the lens from the opposite side. If you are actually looking at the frame, that's why I'm holding the left lens over the shape of the right lens. If I hold it like this, can you really tell? Can you really tell? Isn't this an awesome color? Look at that blue. Hopefully you have blue eyes and this is going to bring out your eye color. It's going to make your eyes pop. Awesome frame. Awesome frame. Again, this is the RayBan 7031 in color 5400. Your husband is getting the tortoise. You guys are going to have his and hers, which is cool because that's what my wife and I do. Yeah, I'm talking about you, honey. And I'm going to talk about her a little bit more later. But and put the frame down. Let's see, your pupillary distance for your right eye and for your left combined is 66 divided by 2. One for each eye is 33. The computer starts at 32.5, so I only need to tap this plus button one time because it's going to go up in 0.5 millimeter increments. I do want to decenter the lens vertically. Your eye, this blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. If you were to measure vertically and horizontally, that's where the blue cross would be. Your eye is just inset from there. But because most of the frame is below your eye, I do want to raise it up a couple millimeters, so I'm going to tap that a few times till we get to 20. And let me write down where I am doing that at, 20 to above. That is an arrow that I put there. So we're going to come down here to the lensometer. You've got a piece of cake prescription, minus 1 1/4 in each eye. So literally you have no astigmatism, which means I don't have to put 3 dots on there like I do for my other videos. And when I put ink into my Marco 101 lensometer, let's make sure everything is zeroed out. Let me move the prism ring, and which is this little ring on the side. Sometimes I have to adjust that during the day depending on the prescription. I just want to make sure everything is dead center. Put the power drum on minus 1 1/4. Find the geometric center of your lens. And really I only have to put 1 dot on there because you only have 1 component to your prescription. And even though this came from a lab with an R on there, I'm going to write another R in black so I know that I did that. Although I can't go wrong, this is the left lens, which is the same power, minus 1 1/4. Let's put a dot on that. And how's this for fun? If I hold this lens up over, they're in the same spot. How cool is that? How cool is that? That's something you don't see. And if I were to rotate them, because you have no astigmatism, they're going to end up roughly, well, nope, see, I stand corrected. From where I moved it, decentered it, now they're in the same spot when they're lined up together. So, we're going to take your lens. I'm just checking, that was my subtle check to make sure these are polycarbonate lenses, of which they are. The reason why I put that dot on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there perfectly. So I'm going to take this, look, you see my dirty fingerprints there. Let me put one right there. Can you see? Hang on, let's see. Why is that showing more? Some fingers. Oh, is it this thumb? Is this the one doing it? There we go. See my thumbprint? Now you can turn me into the FBI and collect that big reward that's out there for me. So we're going to put that dot right there. That is going to sit directly in front of your pupil. Let me just make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Oh, getting ahead of myself. This is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got a couple here. The black side is the sticky side. Stick this onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second block. On the back is a little silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice tonight. The first time is right now. It's going to attach itself to another magnet here in the arm. I'm going to pull the paper away to make the black side sticky, line up that magnet, and realign that black dot, the optical center of your lens. Hit that button, the arm's going to come down and place that sticky pad onto your right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. You know what? I almost blew a bad joke and I didn't put an L on here. Let me put L right there. And for those of you who missed any of that, let me recap. I'm telling you, when the clown gets to laugh at work, it's a good day at work. So, I don't care if anyone else doesn't think that's funny. I'm going to keep telling that joke and entertain myself. I don't need any of you to watch my videos. I'm fine just playing with myself. Wait a minute, hang on, listen to my words. Okay, so, you know, I think there's videos out there, but it's not on YouTube. So, where are we at? Here we are. Left lens. I know, Maryana, you've come so far in life, and now you have to put up with jokes like this. So I'm going to pull the paper away, make the black side sticky, line up that magnet. Check to make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. I can do shadow puppets. Hello, hello, wait. That's my duck sound. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack, okay. Yes, since I've installed the Keurig, I've had way too much coffee. Okay, let's get everything enlarged. Okay, hit that button. The arm's going to come down and place a block onto the unright lens. Now this is, keep this a little bit over here. This is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your own kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home. And you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs anymore, the bad jokes, to cut your lenses for you. And you can have a caffeine-free installment of your lenses. By the way, Maryana, this is installment 49 of my 250 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. So I'm glad that you're number 49. So now the magnet is going to... Wait. This wheel with all the white powder residue on there is going to cut your lens down until it's the final size. This wheel in the center of that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now the magnet can do its job a second time tonight as I place it into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. But I don't know you guys well enough to tell bad jokes, but I'm still going to do it anyway. So let's wake up the computer. That is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high-index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that, or better yet, TBD, to be determined later. Some mysterious new lens material they're hiding from us now the government doesn't want you to know about, but then they'll release it. Then we can do it. And I never noticed this blank spot. It says GL for glass, which has gone by the way of the dinosaur. Nobody uses glass anymore because we live in a lawsuit-driven nation. You fall, something hits you in the eye, your lens cracks, slices your eye open, game over. It'll never heal. That's why I use the unbreakable high-impact lenses, which are the polycarbonate. I'm not going to polish the edge of your lenses because they won't be seen. I'm not going to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens, because none of that will protrude from the frame, and really nothing is going to protrude from the rear, but I always put a safety bevel on the rear bevel of the lens. I'm going to hit the green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape. And The old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once is measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which your prescription and this frame you will have none, I tell you, nothing. So if you see light flickering in the background, that is water there to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lens is cut dry, meaning no water will spray onto the lens while it is cutting, whereas plastic, high-index plastic, and Tribex cut wet, which means water sprays onto the lens the entire time it's on the cutting wheel. Now, water will spray onto the lens for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, just to wash away any optical debris that you see beginning to form on the edge of your lenses. As I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. They are high-impact ballistic grade lenses that our soldiers wear to protect your eyes. It has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin there in Fuquay Varina, North Carolina, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, you got the Crizal Anti-Glare. You got the top of the line Crizal Sapphire, which takes 2 weeks to apply. Anti-Glare is 3 features in one. It reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead, fluorescent lights, and such. Now, it's also a reflection-free lens. It goes by the initials ARC for anti-reflective coating. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. Even though you can see some in there now, that is a coating they put on there before it is cutting. This is almost clear. This lens is going to change colors when I clean it off at the very end. But it makes for much better eye contact, so someone's not going to look at their reflection in your glasses. Plus, if you take a selfie or if someone else takes a picture with a flash, you won't see it lit up in the lens like you will without anti-glare coating. Now, the third feature that I like, because the machine that applies the Crizal Sapphire coating costs several $millions. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens, hydrophobic coating, so water will bead off of your lens. You don't believe me? So because of that, see that? It's just going to pour right off. Because of that, it takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. And I've run my mouth just long enough. The door is going to open. By the way, Maryana is a dietitian. They moved here from upstate New York to Fuquay Varina, which, as we used to say, now that's here in North Carolina. That's about less than an hour from me, about 45 minutes. You poor guys who had to move from New York to Fuquay Varina. Now, nothing against Fuquay Varina for the people that live there. It's just so different from upstate New York. Now, what you are near is the thriving metropolis of Newton's Grove, which is a traffic circle. You guys should go there on a date one night. There's a Tasty Freeze. It literally is a traffic circle with 5 roads, 5 highways that lead into it. So all roads in North Carolina lead to Newton's Grove. But there's just very little to. I'm sure Fuquay is growing, but it's not nearly like it is in upstate New York. And she has moved here, better yet, from the Ukraine, which I hear a lot about because my neighbor, the last one, let's get you a new paper towel. We're going to start a new roll so you don't have to use the last one from this roll here. Let's stick that back there. Come on now, come on, let's make some room. Make some room for your new friend. There we go. Put that on top. Being a dietitian, I just want you to know this is the lunch that my wife has sent for me. I get a pear, a banana that's not quite ripe enough. Believe it or not, folks, I want this to get even more brown spots on there. I'm going to wait a few more days before I eat this. Maybe I'll just put a few more bruises in here to speed up the process. But usually when people make banana bread out of old bananas, I wait a few more days and then I eat them. But my favorite snack this time of year, the Rio grapefruit from Texas, not from Florida, not from California. I don't know why, but Texas just grows the best grapefruit. I'm sorry if I make anyone in California and Florida angry, but there's just something about these ruby red grapefruit from Texas that I cannot get enough of. My brother just came up here from Florida for the holidays and he brought me a bag. They're just not the same. Even though they were free because my brother brought them, but still, I love me some Texas. Don't mess with Texas grapefruit was the original slogan of Texas, and then they shortened it to don't mess with Texas. So let's go ahead and see if your lens fits in here first time around. We're going to tuck it in at the outside corner, press down at the nose. It snaps in there easily. Let's flip that over to L, which is Latin for not right. Just like me, I'm putting the lens into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Chuckster. How's that one? What is Charles in Ukrainian? Please tell me and I'll say it in the next video. But my neighbor, who is a chemist, she is from the Ukraine, and I hear stories about her all the time. Her mother comes to visit her, and wonderful cook. I love those guys. I love the stories they tell. So I'm going to hit the green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 wide styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it is tracing the shape out now. And the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to place the bevel. I can move it forward, I can move it backwards for the best cosmetic look, but look at that, no edge thickness. And originally when her husband Brett contacted me, the place was trying to sell them high index lenses with their prescription, which is they have below average prescriptions strength wise. Sadly, my peers, 90% of the industry are commission based, and they tried to convince them that they needed high index lenses in this frame. No, you get free polycarbonate prescription lenses, and look how well that fits for free. Look at that, look at that. I'm almost embarrassed for my peers. Pull the block off. Let's put the sticker on there. Let's see, where should this one go? Let's bridge that gap. I always like to fill in holes between 2 stickers. We're going to come back down here. We're going to put this in the lensometer. I'm not even going to have to move the wheel. This one is easy. Nothing changes. I'm at minus 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 150, 175, 2. That's because the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. You're at minus 1 1/4. You're on the 5th rung of a ladder because it starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments. 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4. You are nearsighted. You need 5 steps of far-sighted correction. With your glasses off, everything is much too large. Let me use my little screwdriver that's here. That's why there's a minus sign. Your lenses will minify the image size down to the correct size, and that's all you need. There is no astigmatism correction. There is no axis that relates to the astigmatism. You only need minification. Now, there is no word minify. Minify is the opposite of magnify, but that is what your lenses do. They will minify down. Now, your frame costs $215, and of course you get free. Your lens is free anytime you buy the frame from me. Crizal Sapphire adds $140, and that's all you paid. That's all your husband paid. You guys have matching frames. Your loving husband who wanted to make sure you got a video, he's going without. I'm telling you, you guys ought to go to date night to Newton's Grove, to the Tasty Freeze. Now, when I was a kid, all they served was ice cream, and my favorite thing on the way to the beach, and we would, before Highway 40 opened up, that was the main artery to the beach, we would stop there at that traffic circle, and I would get a vanilla cone dipped in chocolate, and I thought that was the end of the world. I thought it was the greatest thing on earth. Now it's a Hispanic restaurant and you get tacos, but they still have a few flavors of ice cream. So stop in there. I'm telling you, there's some great small towns. Lizard Lick. My wife and I, yes, I'm talking about you, honey. We try and go to every festival in the state, local festivals. Let's see, what else is near there? Burgaw, North Carolina. Whiteville has the Watermelon Festival. Candor, that's closer to Pinehurst, has the Peach Festival. All these are great festivals. They're on the weekends. My wife and I go. We stay in a small hotel. We eat at local restaurants, no chain restaurants. We have literally a DOT map. Whenever you get on 40 and you're at a rest stop, that big map that's on the wall, there's a note at the bottom. If you would like one of these, contact the NCDOT. My wife did that. They mailed her 2 maps. We took it to a frame company. We had it mounted. and this giant map is in my walk-in closet, and we take a thumbtack. Where is a thumbtack here? We take a thumbtack and we stick it in the wall for every counter we go into and write something. I need to keep a blog of every place we go. I do that now. I didn't when we started. But great way to see the state and local Americana. I'm sure upstate New York has stuff similar to that. But we're going to put it in just above that black dot, your left lens. And again, I don't have to turn anything. I am getting -1 1/4. And if we're lucky, let's see that there. Can you guys see in there? I cannot see what you guys are seeing. I'm trying to show you what the lensometer looks like. You have those 3 Myers. I'm going to move it back and forth, and I can't see where I'm landing on. But this should come into focus really crispy and then out of focus. So that's what I see in there, -1 1/4. Now your pupillary distance for each eye, let me put my flashlight up, was 33 for each eye for a total of 66. I'm going to flip the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb, and when we hold it up to the right lens, we're getting 66 millimeters. I'm sorry, when we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 66 millimeters. So that is cut perfectly. This is the other time in my videos that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that there's free shipping anywhere in the United States, and Fuquay Arena is still in the United States. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit 2. You know what? Let me take these out and clean them, because they put that very protective coating over them, the Crizal Sapphire. It's an anti-slip. Because these are hydrophobic lenses, they spray a coating onto the lens after it's done for people like me, so it does not slip in the edger. Believe it or not, even with these sticky pads, with the torque on the cutting wheel, there's a chance that the lens could move. So they put a adhesive coating onto the lens. This is only for the cutting cycle, and then it's up to me to clean it off. So I want to thoroughly clean that off around the edges, because usually while it's in the frame, the most high-end coatings I cannot get, because the frame within ½ millimeter blocks the tissue from getting in there. So I want to take these out and clean them thoroughly, going all the way around the edges. You get to see some extra steps tonight with my blue finger. You've heard of the Blue Man's Group? I'm just an apprentice. Alright, don't worry, I won't quit my day job. You like my jokes? Remember to tip your waitresses and drive home safely. I'll never make it as a stand-up comedian. So, but my joke about, I go to every year, the second week of October, I go to a pumpkin festival in Damariscotta, Maine. And there was a magician there, and I wish I could remember his name. I'll have to put a link to it in the description. But he got someone in the crowd to give them a $20 bill, and he took a magic marker out of his pocket, just like the kind that I make blue dots with my finger. He wrote the person's name on there, and at the end of the video, at the end of his magic act, he cut a lemon open and he took the $20 bill out, and the person's name was written on it. It was great show. It had everyone stunned. But when he put, after he wrote the person's name on the $20 bill, he said, if anyone missed any of that, let me recap. And I was the only one in the crowd laughing. I thought that was hysterical. So that's why I keep doing it, to honor that magician that I saw years ago. He does a lot of street performances in New York City. I will find out his name, Kent Axel. If anyone is in the New York area and has a chance to see him, he's great. Now, see how the color of that changed? You have the blue coating of sapphire. I have Crizal Prevencia on my lenses, which is a purplish coating. I need to get the Crizal Sapphire. See how that's bluish color? There is no other anti-glare coating out there. Most Crizal coatings are a greenish purple. Prevencia is a true purple. Crizal Sapphire is blue, hence the name Sapphire. Let me go ahead and clean these a little more. Of course, this is your cleaning cloth that you're going to get when you open up your case. I field test every cleaning cloth before I ship to make sure that it works. And I'm too cheap to take the cleaning cloth out of my pocket to use, so that's why I'm going to use yours, because it's nice and clean. So when you get these in the mail, Maryana, and you open this up and you see a wrinkle in your cloth, you know that it works. So I should take my marker and write your name on here. And so when you open the box up, it'll be like, hey, there's my cloth. Isn't that impressive? No, not really. Okay. So, again, that bluish hue. That is an amazing color for Crizal Sapphire. This is the clearest coating of any of the Crizal coatings. This is their top of the line. Because of that, it is so new. Most major labs can apply the most Crizal coatings. The machine, there's a separate machine that does Crizal Sapphire, and they only have a few of them for now. That's why there's a backlog. That's why it takes up to 2 weeks, sadly, to get Crizal Sapphire, because they just did not anticipate the popularity of it. But when you look through these lenses, they are so clear. It is the nicest lens from Crizal. So it is definitely worth the wait when you think how long you're going to be wearing these. But that is it. If anyone has any questions, like why I wait so long to eat bananas, you can, and I'm doing the same thing for the pear. I'm going to wait for these things to, the reason why I do that is the carbs break down and they turn into sugars. So it's much, much sweeter. That's why I like older fruit, because it's much sweeter than a green banana. So, plus, I can eat them without teeth. I have teeth, but when I'm an old man, I lose all my teeth. At least I know there's something I can eat without having to chew on it. So that's the other. Of course, by then I'm going to like green bananas. Watch how life turns out. But enough about me. No, let's keep talking about me. If you like what you've seen, subscribe to my channel, or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com, or on Twitter at freerxlenses. But if anyone has any questions or comments, you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or simply click the contact me button on the website. Better yet, I've recently had people leave comments in the comment section, like my pointer, below, because someone else can read your comment and benefit from your inquisitive nature. So Maryana, by way of the Ukraine, from upstate New York down to Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. I hope I'm pronouncing North Carolina right. This is, hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses with the Crizal Sapphire for your RayBan 7031. Wait! In size 53, color 5400. But see, that's what happens when I run my mouth. When you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the RayBan 2132 New Wayfarer. These are actually sunglasses in size 52, color 6053. This color comes in a 55 eye size, and there's now a new 58 eye size in this frame, but it's not available in all colors just yet. But let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. Flip these over, press down, there is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither temple is askew like that. Check the tension on each spring hinge. The other nice thing, there are no screws in this frame. This was engineered brilliantly from RayBan. You know, it helps if you don't press on that light. Press on this button back here. Hopefully you can see that, but there are no screws. This is the Light Ray. Extremely lightweight frames. There is a disc in there, so there's no screws to ever come loose. This is one of RayBan's premium high-end frames. Again, this frame sells for $215, and of course you will get free prescription lenses with the purchase of this frame. How cute, they wrote RayBan there on the temple tip. You don't get many frames like that. So again, comment in the comment section below. And Maryana, again, by the dietitian by the way of the Ukraine, loving husband Brett made sure you got a video. He's going without. And again, hopefully you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses with Crizal Sapphire for your RayBan 7031, color 5400 in the 53 eye size. And hopefully everyone else got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.